Forget gurus. Forget anyone claiming to be an online business expert without going through the challenges of entrepreneurship themselves. The Real Money, Real Business podcast is here to prove the best insights in online business comes from your fellow online business builders. We dig into stories of entrepreneurs selling their business on the Empire Flippers marketplace so that you can learn how they made their business profitable, how they overcame obstacles, and what lessons they learned in their online journey. If you want to take your business and your knowledge to the next level, you've come to the right podcast. Let's get started.
Hey everyone, Vinnie here with another great business to discuss on this episode of the Real Money, Real Business podcast. Today's guest is Usama, and he's selling his Adsense and guest post business package on Empire Flippers today. So welcome to the show, Usama, and how are you doing today?
I am doing good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to talking more about your business. And just before we dive in, I'm just going to go over a very brief summary for our listeners. So this is a 4-site Adsense and guest post business package in the technology niche created in July 2013. The average monthly revenue for the business is $2,295 and makes an average of $2,191 per month in net profit. The assets included in this sale are the 4 domains and all of the site contents and files, an email list with 32,000 subscribers, and 3 social media accounts. For everyone listening, you can visit empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing 47909 to learn more about the business, or you can unlock this listing to start your due diligence if you're interested in purchasing this asset. So now that I've given a general overview of the business, Usama, can you tell us a little bit about your background in building or running online businesses?
Yeah, sure. Basically, I started off back in 2010 with a small blog with an aim in mind to be popular in the world. So that actually did not work for me. So I moved on towards something else when someone contacted me that I can actually make money from the work that I just moved on from. So I started exploring different niches, and that is when I found my interest in the technology niche. Basically, when I tried to fix a phone, and then I developed my expertise in the business, and some of my blog posts went viral. I got an opportunity to monetize them, and that is how this entire business started. And this business was actually started a bit earlier, but since I started generating that is a bit later, and the monetization and the proper traffic flow was started off in July 2013. So that is why the start date is also from that month of the 2013 year. And I am personally a software engineer, which also makes me a qualified person to run this kind of blog where I write about the gadgets, I write about troubleshooting things, and everything else that has to do with the technology.
Yeah, that's really good. It sounds like you really managed to pivot on obviously those previous entrepreneurial ventures, basically. And obviously it sounds like your profession has really come in key here in order to be able to provide, really good content in this niche. I want to ask, because the business is mainly an AdSense business, why do you think, an AdSense business model is great for people who are interested in online businesses?
Advantage of running an AdSense business is that it's about passive income. You don't have to worry about what's going on when you're away. You don't have to continuously keep working all the time, because in almost all other models that I've seen, you need to be constantly updated with what's going on around in the world, and especially what's going on around your specific niche. With the AdSense content websites, that is not the case, because as long as your business is there, as long as your business is attracting the users from the search engines, you are going to make money. So, in my opinion, this is the best possible source of passive income.
Yeah, that's great. Usama, I want to ask you, why are you selling the business at this time instead of keeping it or growing it?
See, I am now a full time YouTuber, and I want to explore new opportunities. So, I believe that I am done writing the content right now. And, every kind of content or every kind of business has to evolve one day. So, the next form of content that is going to work is going to be the video stuff, in my opinion. So, I have to upgrade and I have to move on to something that is more interactive, which is basically going to be the video content on YouTube. And apart from that, I also want to reach out to a bigger audience, and I want to have that presence and that reputation among the influencers on YouTube. So while trying to activate YouTube, I completely lost my working track and I am not able to cope up with this website business anymore, which is the main reason for me to sell it because I think that someone else will be able to take better care of this business right now.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. I wanted to ask you, Sama, looking back on your experience, is there anything that you learned from building this business that you would apply to future sites or other businesses?
I would just say that to establish any such business, the only thing that you need is going to be the consistency because there are going to be the stages and there are going to be many people around you who will tell you that it's not going to work. But as long as you're consistent, as long as you're up to date, everything eventually works out. And that is the only thing that I learned in this specific business because there were many stages when I wanted to give up that it's not working anymore. But even then, it has just helped me move on with my life for the past 7 years. I mean, I have done every single thing in my life from this one business. And there are all the lessons about the consistency, the perseverance, and about not giving up on something important, about some kind of venture that you are putting your full energy into.
Yeah, that's great. Just an add on question there. What advice would you give to our listeners that you wish you knew when you first started?
I wish that I knew a lot of stuff. First of all, it's very important to have the right direction. If you have a right mentor to work under, you can avoid a lot of mistakes. You see, with a mentor supervising you, if without a mentor, I achieved everything in 5 years, let's say. So with a mentor, you could do all that within 1 year. So it's always in your interest to seek advice from the experts in your field. So I wish that I knew all this stuff and someone was there to train me. But unfortunately, that was not the case with me. However, definitely empowered me to become an expert on my own. So that is a positive sign as well. But it's always the best in your interest to seek an advice from an expert.
Yeah, definitely. That's really good advice. I wanted to move on to marketing. What do you currently do in terms of marketing for the business right now?
You see, I have not done any specific kind of marketing for this business. The only thing that I did was to make a few backlinks for one of these domains. However, if I talk about the main business, the content was so good that people used to share it on many different famous forums. So all that response was organic, all that reputation or all that authority was organic, and that is what helped this business flourish over the past few years.
Sure. Where does the majority of your traffic come from?
The majority traffic right now comes from India and then it's the United States. I believe that there is a tie between India and the United States. Other than that, the traffic also comes from United Kingdom and then it comes from France and other countries like UAE and others.
Yeah, sure. And most of it's organic, like you were mentioning earlier, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that over 70% of its traffic is organic.
Yeah, that's great. Let's talk about the potential opportunities for our listeners out there. If you were to keep the business, what are some ways that you would try to grow it?
Yeah, actually, if I was to keep this business even today, I would just focus on the content that is currently bringing the traffic because it's always the best to. I mean, I'm not sure what is the right word to use here, but you should be able to capitalize on what is already bringing the traffic. For example, if there is one search term and it is bringing the traffic, I would do all of my research around that one term and expand on it rather than going after something new or experimenting on the new stuff. I would just go after that one thing and keep putting more content on that to expand it further because in my opinion is the best approach to quickly grow your business or to quickly bring traffic. And when you are working on such an established business, that is the maximum opportunities lie for you to grow a business.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. For this business in particular, what are the major opportunities for growth?
If you look at the current state of the business, you can definitely see that it's already doing very good. It's already standing tall in front of the algorithmic changes. So the opportunities are going to be a lot in a sense that you can definitely rely on the guest posting because it's going to be a great source for the coming 10 years, maybe. And then the opportunities to go after some other monetization methods, such as there are the affiliate post. I think the Amazon affiliates, one can work with those as well. and then AdSense is always going to be there. So the opportunities are there. It just depends on the person handling the business, how he or she just manages and makes the money out of everything. Because, if you are capable, you can even make the money out of thin air. So I think making money out of such a business is not going to be an issue for someone.
Yeah, that's great. Can you describe the amount and type of work that you're currently doing for the site for maintenance?
To be honest, currently I am not doing any such extensive work on the site because it's been a while that I've been focusing on my YouTube channel, as I mentioned. So, the kind of work in terms of maintenance that I do, I just monitor the server on a daily basis. I just check the websites every day from my phone. If they are loading fine or not, I go through all the emails for the sponsored posts, and then I just check if there is anything that needs an update. So here I would want to mention one thing. Some of the interested people may be a little bit skeptical about the downloads on the websites. I mean, there are many posts that offer downloads to the users. So here I would want to specify that the kind of downloads that I offer, I always ensure that the downloads do not need an update. I mean, those are either the unique tools or software that do not need frequent updates. So I do not really update those posts. However, if the tutorial that needs to stay relevant for a longer duration, I would just make sure that the method I have listed is still working and I would want to publish that post on a new day. So what I do is if my post is a few years old and that is still relevant, I would just go and change its date and publish it in a new date. So that is the only kind of work that I do. And I believe that in a week, I give this website about 6 to 8 hours in the entire week. I don't do anything other than that right now.
Yeah, that's pretty clear. Thanks for that. What skills or requirements are there for someone who isn't familiar with this niche or business model?
I mean, you need to be a gadget expert only. Everyone owns a smartphone and everyone owns a computer. So that is going to be an inbuilt skill in all of the users. So other than that, you just need to have good English and you need to just be updated with the news in the technological industry to update the content on the websites. That is all you need. There are no particular expertise required for this. It's just going to be a routine work for anyone.
Okay. What do you think are the biggest risks with this site that a buyer should be aware of?
With the AdSense websites, there is a risk associated that is going to be of invalid traffic, and one should closely monitor the traffic to make sure that there is nothing unusual going on with the business. Other than that, no copyrighted content should be covered to avoid DMCA disclaimers, and one should be aware of all the abuse emails. Even if something happens, you should be able to take an action before something goes wrong with your business. And so far, I have been able to manage all that. In fact, the proofs that we have provided in the vetting process, those are for the last 7 years. And that is just to show how well reputed this business is. So if you take all the measures in time, you're not going to face any contingencies.
Yeah, that's great. Just a few additional questions here. How much support are you offering buyers?
I can easily offer 30 days of email support in which if the buyer has any kind of question or if the buyer needs any kind of configuration support, I would be more than willing to provide that.
Would you commit to a non compete?
Yeah, I would commit to a non-compete, and here I would want to tell you once again that I am not running the website. So signing the non-compete agreement is in best interest of me.
Sure. Are you open to negotiating something like an earnout?
No, since I would be signing a non-compete, I don't think so that earnout is going to be useful to me.
Yeah, sure. Here's the last question for you then, Usama. Putting yourselves in the shoes of a buyer, why do you think this is a business worth buying?
I think that the current evaluation of this business is going to be a very good choice for the buyer, keeping in view the net profit it generates. And this net profit is going to go on for so many years in the near future. So, I mean, this is a great source of passive income, and with all the four domains combined, this can do great. Even if the buyer is not willing to put in the extra efforts, it's going to work like this for a while. So just imagine that what will happen if the boy plans on putting in a little bit more efforts in the business. There is an absolute chance of growing it. So if I put myself in the shoes of the buyer, I would just focus on what's happening right now and what are the future opportunities which are actually great, keeping in the current state of this business.
Yeah, that's great. Is there anything else that you'd like to share that you think I might have missed?
Not as such. I think that everything is very much clear right now. The vetting process is already done and the listing is already live. And yes, I just wanted to clarify that downloads part because I think that people need to learn about this because there are some users who might mistake this business for some sort of a download business. So they need to understand the difference between the conventional download website and this website because a conventional download website is something that offers a downloads for everything. So I think that I already clarified that as well, and it will be pretty much helpful for everyone.
Yeah, great. Thanks for clarifying that. Thank you for your time today. We're looking forward to seeing your business being sold in the near future.
No problem. Thank you so much as well for your time, and I hope doing a very great business with Empire Flippers.
Fantastic. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. To learn more and see if this listing has already been sold, head over to empireflippers.com/marketplace and search for listing number 47909. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the description to go straight to the listing. Once you've unlocked this listing, you'll be given everything you need to know. So until next time, enjoy your digital journey.